was thinking about how to bring this subject up about one of the biggest enemies to any athlete or anybody aspiring for success is distraction. And I'm going to give my views on it, and Lucian can give his views. But my views are based on subconscious adaptation, which is like when you've got a set of ideas so ingrained in your head that when you get into a situation where you have to react, your natural reaction is the ideas that have been drilled in your head that you do more often, so to the point that they become natural. And according to that science, like for instance with fighting, you have to drill, you know, a particular move over 1,000 times for it to become a reflex, like a habit, you know what I mean, like your natural habit. And I don't believe that only stops with what you're drilling in the gym. Like Lucian, I saw a documentary with Lucian once where he said even if he's watching football, his mind still goes over fighting. Yes, sir. Every so often. So the subconscious adaptation needs to be fed by the brain, constantly thinking about the art that it wants to make part of your body. And I believe that the obstruction to that is your brain being distracted by something else. So let's say for instance you're constantly on your mobile phone and going back and forth with a young girl that you like or whatever, yeah, and you're constantly thinking about her. So you go to the gym, you train for 1 hour, but for 23 hours a day or however 15 hours of consciousness, you're thinking about this young girl. The only subconscious adaptation you're going to have is to deal with her, because you're fighting it's secondary. Okay, so I think this actually leads to the fact that when a fighter is trained and he goes out into the middle of the ring, he doesn't remember or doesn't listen to instruction properly, yeah, because the main focus in his brain is the distractions that he's dealing with on these phones and stuff. So it's actually part of genius and excellence that your mind is totally preoccupied with your art all of the time. And the only way you can do that is by having no distractions. This is why fighters go to camp, right?
Yes, that's why they go to camp. And this telephone thing is worse than heroin. Heroin, it affected a couple of small group. And this telephone thing is the whole community.
Yeah, sure.
Whole families.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a couple of families, maybe one is using heroin in the whole street. And if you have a street now, the whole family has a problem with the mobile phone. Even in Korea, the kids don't play outside. They play inside and they communicate with the telephone. No, all the squares where the children are playing is empty. I saw a documentary. They try to stop it and you know, turn it back.
Yeah, because the brain will respond to stimulus, right? And if your stimulus is reality and you're out, you're playing, your body is also growing. But if you're sending messages of success, like by playing a game, your body's going to just sit still like a zombie because the brain is getting its food. You understand what I'm saying? So my message is that if you want to be a champion and really master your art and progress, then that should be your obsession, and you should make everything else minimum in relation to that, to the love which is your fighting. You know what I mean? So they need to put the phones down, man.
They need to put it down, because the moment we have a fight, they're not allowed to use the phone. But I'm gonna do it the moment they step in the car. We're going to the arena. No telephone, no communication.
Yeah.
Only communication is me, the coach, and the crew.
I also think they should minimize it in their lives anyway. Period. You know what I mean? You should eat, sleep, and drink what you want to do, because there are other people that don't have this technology that will, you know, like Cubans.
Yes.
You know, when you meet them, you're going to find out what they're dedicated to very quickly. If you think you're going to be a part-time athlete in your brain, and you can compete with another athlete that lives this constantly, subconsciously, even dreams it, you haven't got a chance in hell.
The people in Holland driving a bike, and it's one hand, and even in the cars, they don't even know they're alive. They don't see what's going on around them. They don't focus.
And the car is a great example of what happens to you in the ring. You're driving a car, you have to use technique. You use your phone, you crash. Yeah. You know, so to avoid any crash in your life, and getting to your destination, concentrate on the road ahead.
Focus, because when they go on holiday, they step into the plane, they don't think the pilot is using all his phone one hand and the other hand flying the plane. They
Sure.
won't accept that.
Sure.
But they accept that we accept what they do.
And in some ways, as a fighter, especially, you know, at a high professional level, you're putting your life at risk.
You're putting your body at risk. You're putting your body at risk for an idiot to hammer on your body and kick all your teeth out. They don't realize that. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing. You allow somebody to beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
They don't realize that.
Yeah, so basically it's pretty clear, do you know what I mean? Put the phones down and follow your dreams. You can't be a part-time,
Dreamer.
yeah. Of course.